The tree kangaroo has the tail of a monkey, the body of a sloth, and the face of a bear. But it's neither sloth, nor monkey, nor bear. I think it's safe to say that this close relative of the kangaroo is anything but normal. Hi, I'm Danielle Dufault, and you're watching Animalogic. Tree kangaroos are members of the Dendrolagus genus. Unlike their ground-dwelling cousins, tree kangaroos are marsupials, basically meaning that their young are birthed early and then developed further in a pouch. But unlike their ground-dwelling cousins, they look like plush toys. There are around 14 known species of tree kangaroo, mostly all similar in size and equally adorable, and they can only be found in the tropical rainforests of Australia, West Papua, and Papua New Guinea. They get their name because they are the only arboreal, so tree-dwelling, macropods, members of the kangaroo family. Though to many local Aboriginal tribes, they're known as Boongarys, which is a much cooler name. Boongarys evolved from possum-like ancestors which also lived in trees, and along the way they've picked up a whole host of adaptations that allow them to rule the treetops with grace. Or not. They likely evolved to dwell in trees to exploit the vacant monkey niche in the rainforests of Papua New Guinea and Australia, which could be why they kind of look like a kangaroo crossed with a monkey. That giant monkey-like tail, which at 3 feet or 90 centimeters long, fully grown, is half a foot longer than their bodies. It's not prehensile, so it can't grab stuff, but it does act as a counterweight for their relatively large bodies. Boongarys can weigh up to 14 kilograms or 30 pounds. And it's not just their tails. Boongarys have evolved arms and legs that are very different from their boring, ground-dwelling cousins. To start, their forelimbs, or arms, are very muscular, as they need to be able to literally pull their own weight while climbing. Their front paws, while lacking opposable thumbs, are rather similar to raccoons in their advanced dexterous abilities, allowing them much more control over grabbing, pulling, and manipulating objects. In fact, this freedom of movement outside of primates is only found in raccoons and Boongarys. Unlike most humans, Boongarys can even move their toes independently of one another. Their hind legs, on the other hand, are less muscularly developed than ground-dwelling kangaroos, as they don't hop around as much. While less muscular, their paws are broad and stout, providing a wide gripping surface, which is covered in ping-pong paddle-like bumps called tubercles. Unlike ground-dwelling kangaroos, they're able to move their hind legs independently and move their ankles inward, which allows them to shimmy up and down trees with ease. Spending the majority of their time at the top of the jungle canopy, the quickest way to get around is to jump, and Boongarys have a hell of a jump. They can launch themselves 30 feet or 9 meters from tree to tree, and if they need to get to the jungle floor, they can drop 60 feet or 18 meters without a scratch. They belong in Assassin's Creed. One of the most noticeable differences between Boongarys and kangaroos are the ears. Kangaroos have the long pointy ones, while Boongarys have the adorable teddy bear-shaped ones. These rounded ears aren't as good at hearing, which isn't as important up in the trees, but they are smaller, which makes navigating dense foliage easier. In terms of diet, Boongarys are browsers, which means they often eat high-up leaves, bark, and green stems, unlike grazers, like sheep, which only eat ground-level vegetation. Since Boongarys live at the top of such dense rainforests and are so difficult to find, not much is known about their behavior in the wild. Scientists are still unclear as to whether they're nocturnal or diurnal. The current thinking is that they are cathemeral, which means that they are neither nocturnal, diurnal, or crepuscular, but rather active irregularly throughout the day. But while we don't know much about their social structure, we do know quite a bit about their reproduction. Like most other marsupials, Boongarys have 3 vaginas and 2 uteruses. The 2 side ones carry sperm to the 2 uteruses, while the joey crawls out of the middle one. The 2 tubes, called the uterers, which carry the urine from the kidneys to the bladder, travels through the reproductive system, which might explain why marsupials give birth at such early stages in development. Joeys are born about the size of a jelly bean, and if they were any larger, the expansion might wreck the urinary system. This complex reproductive system allows females to be perpetually pregnant. She can have one joey developing in her pouch, while she has another one cooking in her uterus. These 45-day-old, jelly bean-sized joeys have to crawl out of their mother's vaginas and up her belly, using their just-developed forearms, eventually making their way into her pouch, where they'll hang out for another 8 to 9 months. After which, they'll stick around with mom for another year before going off and getting a job, or getting a major in art history, or, doing whatever Boongarys do. What animal should I check out next? Please let me know in the comments. If you want to support the show and get episodes a whole week early, you can do so by signing up for a free trial of the video streaming app Love Nature, or by watching on our website. Be sure to subscribe for new episodes of Animalogic every other week on YouTube. Thanks for watching!